Hello, this is SJ Thompson Life coming at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It is a beautiful day up here in Michigan. It is April the 7th, 2023, Friday. Um, I know people are going to think I'm crazy, or I don't think it's crazy for saying this. I know a lot of people are going to be thinking that I sound far-fetched what I'm about to say, but I don't care. You know what they say about opinions? They're like, and everybody has one. You fill in the blank. So, this is my channel. So I can pretty much say whatever I want to say on here. That's why it's my channel. So, but this is what I would like to see. It may be a fantasy, but this is why what I would like to see done. And black women can hit me up in the comments section if they're on board. But there should be an anti-hate bill for black women and children. Let me repeat, there should be an anti-hate bill passed in Congress for black women and black children. Okay. Because I'm really over. I'm sick and tired of every time I look up, there is another black woman that has been murdered. And there's black children that are being murdered. And it's really becoming an epidemic now. Black children are either being abused or they're being killed. By mostly there's some perpetrators that are Caucasian, white, but statistically, most of them are from out of the hands of black males. It is what it is. If you don't believe me, check the stats. So there is a lot of hatred geared towards black women. The femicide rate has really extremely increased. Like I've mentioned many times on here, the femicide rate is really increased. And I think social media, like I said in my other video, social media plays a strong role in why femicide rates have increased. There needs to be an anti-hate bill passed in Congress for black women and children. Black women need to go before Congress and demand this. Because black women are being murdered every 5 hours in this country. Every 5 hours, a black woman is being murdered in this country. And we're gonna need the government to start caring about black women like they do everybody else. Okay? Because there is a lot of hatred towards black women. There's a lot of hatred towards black women. And it's a lot of hate propaganda being pushed on social media, particularly on YouTube. We do need to petition YouTube to any video that is directing hate speech towards black women needs to be removed. Any comments on anybody's video that's suggesting any type of hatred or violence against black women need to be removed. And we need to demand that YouTube cracks down on this. Because they crack down when it comes to everybody else. When it comes to everybody else, they want to crack down on it. But when it comes to black women, they don't do nothing about it. They need to have that same energy. This says something about, there was another YouTuber on here that said that he got in trouble for anti-bullying. YouTube said they had an anti-bullying and anti-hate policy. I didn't know they had that, because it's interesting, because they sure let a lot of it go on here. For them to have an anti-hate and bullying policy, they sure let a lot of it go on here. They sure let a lot of it go on here. They let individual black women be bullied and hate speech directed towards them. They let that go on. They let a lot of bullying go on here on YouTube when it pertains to black women. A lot of hatred, a lot of harassment, a lot of bullying when it pertains to black women. YouTube lets a lot of it go on. Hold on just a second. I'm back. I had to take a phone call. But yeah, but that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. We really, really need that to happen. We really need to, we do. And it may sound far-fetched, it may sound like a fantasy or whatever you, I know black men will probably come on here and say, you got to be kidding me. I can imagine the comments I'm going to get from black men on this one. But there needs to be an anti-hate bill passed for black women and children, because black women and children are being murdered at alarming rates. Black women and children are being murdered at alarming rates. So it needs to be a bill passed. Anti-hate. There's a lot of hatred towards black women. It says, black men complain about black women bashing black men, and black people should not be bashing each other. I don't condone black women bashing black men. I don't condone black men bashing black women. But the difference is that you don't have an alarming amount of black women killing black men. There are some black women that are killing black men. But do you have, is it as high of a rate? You don't have an alarming rate. They're not killing black men at an alarming rate. Black women are being killed because of this hatred. It goes way beyond bashing. It goes way beyond bashing. It's been taken to another level. It's downright hatred. Because people listen to these videos, black men that have bitterness and hatred towards black women, they listen to these videos on YouTube, and it puts a battery in their back. And not only that, on other forms of social media as well. Other forms, and of course, black men have been trashing us in the music for years. Other forms of social media, and it needs to stop. I would like to see Congress pass that, because black lives don't really matter to the government. They probably won't, but that's what needs to happen. Black women need to really, we need to advocate for that to happen, because I'm getting tired of every time I turn around, I'm hearing about a black woman and a black child being murdered. And it's getting to be at an alarming rate. There's whole channels on here. People have whole channels on here that's devoted specifically to the black femicide rate. That's how bad it is. People have devoted whole channels, whole platforms to the black femicide rate. And they're coming on here with content every single day. It is just that it has gotten just that bad. So that's what we need, an anti-hate crime bill for and have stiffer penalties for people that, just like they did with the Asians, they need that for black women. Because it didn't take long for them to do that for the Asians. Because when the pandemic happened, and our president at the time made a statement, and when he made that statement, it prompted a lot of violence towards Asian people. So that was only that was like a couple of years ago, where the violence increased um, towards Asian people because of what the president said at the time. I'm not going to repeat what he said, but because of what he said at the time, all that violence was directed towards Asian people. And that was like the year 2020, 2021. And then not too long after that, they passed the anti-Asian hate crime bill. And that's wonderful. That's wonderful. I don't know if they did the anti-lynching one yet. Let me know in the comment section. Did they do the anti-lynching bill? They were supposed to pass that. Did they do that? Yeah, I'll have to Google it. Not sure if they did the anti-lynching bill, but they were going to pass the anti-lynching bill in Congress too. Let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to go ahead and Google it. But they need to go ahead and pass an anti-hate bill for black women and children. They need to go ahead and pass that. We need to have more protection for black women and children. You know, you may think I'm crazy or I sound far-fetched. Ask me if I care. I don't care. But that's what needs to happen. Because I'm tired of hearing about black women and children being murdered. I'm sick of it. And we need more protection. We need more protection. And there need to be stiffer penalties for people that are hurting and killing black women and children. Okay, let me know in the comment section. Black sisters, sound off. Black men, don't get ugly, because I block you. But, you know, you can give an opinion, but be nice with it. But that's what needs to happen. That's what needs to happen. So hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. And hit that like, subscribe, and share. Until the next video, be blessed.